How's it going, everyone? It's Sam. We have a lot going on. There's something that's actually really bullish for the future regulation of crypto. We also have news about some things that you have to be careful of out there, some big things that could be bad for you in the short term, and just some crazy numbers. If you don't mind, hit subscribe, turn on that bell notification so you can see future videos just like this one. And I'm just going to say it right now, I've been traveling for the last 24 hours pretty much with my wife, so I apologize. I still have to take a shower, and there might be some noise in the background from my wife too, getting ready. We're about to go out, but if you like this kind of dedication, hit subscribe, turn on that bell notification underneath the video, and we're still taking pre-registrations if you want to pre-register for Bag Tracker AI, which is a net worth tracker that I am developing with just a few other people where you can track all of your assets in one place. It's built for us with crypto in mind. Check the links out underneath the video. As you can see, Bitcoin up a little bit on the day. The whole market is up. Traditional markets are up. Tesla stock, for example, up almost 5%. And there was some news last night. Kevin McCarthy ousted as U.S. House Senator by hard-right Republicans. This is coming from The Guardian, so make sure that you take everything with a grain of salt. But on Tuesday, he was abruptly removed from his role as U.S. House Speaker. This is the first time that this has ever happened. They say that this happened because of the effort to avoid a government shutdown. They say this represents the first time in U.S. history that a Speaker of the House has been removed from office, marking an ignominious end to a short and fraught tenure for the California Republican. Give me a little bit of slack. I've been up for a long time. It comes as Americans' approval ratings of Congress and the federal government remain near historical lows, and the majority saying they have little to no confidence in the future of the U.S. political system. So, obviously, people not happy with him. Now, who is taking over? Patrick McHenry. You might know that name. He is very pro-crypto. You've seen him probably in clips where he's going after Gensler saying, hey, this is an easy question. Answer the question, is Bitcoin a security? That's this guy. And even as long ago as 2.5 years, he was talking about Bitcoin. He has Bitcoin on his website. He says policymakers should be on the side of innovation and ingenuity, which are vital to American competitiveness. I hope others in the U.S. government join me. #Bitcoin. Obviously, very pro-Bitcoin. This is good for crypto holders. So we'll have to see if he holds this position long-term or if it's just in the interim until someone else can be appointed. Now, the U.S. national debt jumps. Oh, let's move on to something else first. We'll talk about that in a second. Something I want to warn you about. Optimism token is slipping a lot right now. It's down 10% in the week ahead of a $30 million token unlock. So let's look up Optimism. So Optimism, definitely a large crypto, but it's a $1 billion market cap. So even just unlocking, 3% of the circulating supply, if I'm doing the numbers right off the top of my head, it can make a huge difference. People try to sell it ahead of that. Now, it has come back nicely, I will say. It was down much more, but it's still not looking great. Whenever you have big token unlocks like this, people want to sell out ahead of it. So sometimes they pump up the price so that way more and more people jump in, and then they dump on you. As you can see, it has done okay. It's just been pretty much range bound between $1, actually 50 cents, and $3. But I would just be careful of any token that has major unlocks. And that's something that we're going to try to focus on at Bag Tracker too. We're going to try to add some functionality to show you when large cryptos or some of the main cryptos are doing token unlocks and even possibly alert you if you have that in your portfolio. So that would be really helpful. Now, the U.S. national debt jumped $275 billion in a single day. Isn't that nuts? And that's half of Bitcoin's market cap. Isn't that crazy how big those numbers are? And they actually they increased the national debt by $448 billion in the last 2 weeks alone. Now, $275 billion in a day, obviously a little bit more impressive, but that is just nuts. Look at that vertical increase. You can see here, vertical increase, vertical increase. That continues to happen, and what does the U.S. have to do? Well, they have to print more money because of that. I know we covered that in a video yesterday, but I just had to cover it again because those numbers are nuts. So we talked about being careful of token unlocks. Also, you got to be careful. There are a lot of deep fake scams going on with Elon Musk, with Vitalik Buterin, with Mr. Beast. All of them look pretty bad. Let me play one for you. They don't look realistic. If I actually turn on the volume, you would be able to tell it a little bit more, but the mouth is really off. I mean, look at how fast it's moving. And when you actually have the words, it really doesn't match up. This is super low quality, and just obviously, why is Mr. Beast going to give away 10,000 iPhones like this? I get it because a lot of people think that he may, because he does do big giveaways, that he may give away a lot of iPhone Pros, but he wouldn't give them away for $2. He wouldn't make you pay $2 for them. He would obviously just give them away for free. What's he going to do with the $2? Why is he making you send money to him? It's obvious that that's a scam too. Some of these are telling you to send some crypto and they'll double it. Obviously, never do that. I think you guys know that. Now, let me know your thoughts on all this underneath the video. Obviously, it's nice to see crypto moving up. And with the recent SEC news that they got denied by that judge to appeal their Ripple case, I think that's good news too. Obviously, that can play through. We could see them actually get the last laugh in that. But at this point, I think that was a pretty nice win for Ripple yesterday. And it does set us up for that ETF. Something interesting too was Schoenfield, the former director of BlackRock, said that the SEC will approve a spot Bitcoin ETF or multiple ETFs within 3 to 6 months. He also said that there could be capital inflows up to $200 billion. Now, maybe that's just talk. Maybe that's not actually going to happen. But that would be obviously very significant. When we saw inflows into BITO, I believe it was around 500 million in the first week or so. Maybe it was the first day or something like that. Those are the general numbers. It's hard to remember after being up this long. But we would see obviously much larger inflows and trading volume in the first couple days of this ETF if it were to hit up to $200 billion of capital inflow. So it would be really interesting. Hopefully that does happen within the next 3 to 6 months. That would be right in line with the Bitcoin halving. So I think a lot of people would be happy with that. Now, maybe he has some ulterior motive. He obviously used to have a high position. Maybe he still hears some whispers in the background, but it's unsure at this point. Let me know your thoughts on all this underneath the video, though. Again, thank you for watching. I appreciate it. I'll be a little bit more polished in the next videos, and definitely check out the link to Bag Tracker AI underneath the video. Thanks.